As a graphic designer, Rachel devoted a great deal of effort to honing her analytical and creative abilities. She brought a unique viewpoint to the game thanks to her capacity for strategic and visually beautiful thought. Rachel had one goal in mind when she entered Survivor: to win all of the challenges, whether they be physical, social, or strategic. Upon her arrival to the camp, her focus was squarely on making influential connections and keeping her long-term strategy intact. Rachel had remarkable social skills when the game started. Almost immediately, she became close with other tribal members, forming bonds that would be crucial later on. She had a remarkable talent for putting others at ease, which she often demonstrated through her empathetic and humorous nature. Achieving this delicate balance is challenging for many players, but she managed it with thoughtful strategy that never came across as forced. In addition to avoiding becoming a target, her early efforts laid the framework for her future success by allowing her to covertly influence decisions. The athletic prowess of Rachel was most noticeable throughout the first several tasks. She did magnificently in every single activity, from balancing on narrow beams to completing challenging puzzles to persevering through tough endurance tests. Her contributions became indispensable to her tribe, who began to depend on them, solidifying her position as a valuable member of the team. In contrast to other players who might have let their early success inflated their egos, Rachel kept her cool and always planned ahead. A lot of people call the middle part of a game the messy middle, since that's when things start to get dicey and alliances shift. Throughout this time, Rachel's adaptability shone through. She expertly maneuvered through changing alliances, staying one step ahead of her competitors at all times. Rachel would often be involved in the preparation and implementation of impending surprises. However, she managed to maintain the appearance of a trustworthy ally all the while. Rachel achieved her goal of striking the ideal balance between honesty and deceit with remarkable precision. Her exceptional talent for reading people was one of her greatest strengths. For some reason, Rachel felt a gut feeling that they were trying to trick her or betray her. This allowed her to swiftly make choices like changing alliances or taking on an idle role. Idle play, while we're on the topic, was a season highlight for Rachel when she timed her performance perfectly during Tribal Council. With deft manipulation of her hidden immunity idol, she was able to eliminate a formidable opponent and nullify 5 votes cast against her. She may easily be caught unawares. With this play, she not only helped her team win, but she also solidified her position as a dangerous adversary. Rachel's strategy became increasingly clear as the game progressed into the later stages of the competition. Although she was clearly in the lead, she managed her campaign such that she was never the most formidable opponent. She allowed others to shoulder the bulk of the responsibilities while she subtly maneuvered behind the scenes. In the season's most intense moment, she used this strategy to its fullest extent by orchestrating a split vote to remove an idol from the competition at the same time as eliminating a major threat. Her competitors and the audience were both amazed by the spectacular maneuver. To claim that Rachel's late-game performance was unparalleled would be a major understatement. She won 4 individual immunity awards in a single season, tying her with the record for most wins by a woman in a single season. Her dogged determination was on full display in every triumph she achieved. Rachel overcame mental and physical challenges to complete an exceptionally challenging task she balanced on a precarious perch for over 2 hours. Her unwavering resolve paid off, allowing her to gain immunity and strengthen her route to the goal. One of the most pivotal events of the season came during the last immunity challenge. Rachel knew full well that the fate of her place at the final Tribal Council depended on her performance in this competition. It was a severe test of concentration and stamina, but Rachel kept her focus the whole way through. After her most dangerous opponent suffered a defeat, Rachel took advantage of the situation to her advantage and came out on top. After she won, she got to choose the 3 people who would compete with her in the final round, a decision that sealed her victory. At the final Tribal Council, Rachel faced a jury comprised of her contemporaries, many of whom she had managed to outmaneuver and outplay. When it came to survival techniques, her discourse was unparalleled. While acknowledging her betrayal and the progress she had made, she also highlighted the relationships she had formed along the road. She proved to the jury that she was worthy of being named sole survivor by displaying the perfect blend of humility and confidence. She maintained the same level of candor as in her earlier statements while answering the jury's questions. Even if she had caught them earlier in the game off guard, her candor and directness in handling their concerns won her their respect. It didn't take long for the jury to reach a clear verdict. That Rachel was ultimately victorious by a thunderous 7-1-0 vote is evidence of the strength of her game. Winning was much more than just the $1 million, it was the culmination of her dogged determination, meticulous preparation, and impeccable timing. While performing during the live reunion performance, Rachel paused to reflect on her journey. All around her, confetti was falling. Not only did she manage to win Survivor, but she did it in a way that showcased her intelligence, strength, and compassion. Rachel LaMont's triumph is symbolic of more than just her own success. It also highlights the elements that make Survivor an exceptional game. She is an inspiration to gamers of all ages due to her adaptability, social skills, and flawless plan execution. When it comes to the definition of a sole survivor, Rachel has set a new standard. Numerous fans and players will undoubtedly be inspired by her journey. Following the final shot of the Survivor 47 logo and the end of the show, Rachel's legacy will be officially established. She came to the game as an observer, but she departed as an iconic figure. If one has the will, determination, and plan to achieve their goals, Rachel LaMont proved that anything is possible. There are a lot of surprising developments in the game Survivor. Imagine for a second if I told you that a graphic designer from Michigan, who was just 34 years old, managed to outdo and outlast some of the most formidable opponents that Survivor has ever faced. Season 47 was Rachel LaMont's domain, not merely her victory. Her gaming exhibited exceptional strategy and resilience, navigating through mind-blowing surprises and record-breaking obstacles. Yet what was her secret? Tell me the sneaky things she did and the risks she took to win the $1 million. Stay tuned because we're going to delve into the story of how one of the best Survivor winners ever came to be. This is a tale that must be told. Rachel LaMont is a 34-year-old graphic designer from Southfield, Michigan. Her story is full of strategy, determination, and love. In addition to guaranteeing that she would receive the $1 million, Rachel's triumph as the lone survivor of season 47 cemented her place as one of the most iconic figures in Survivor's history. Her journey didn't start until long before she stepped foot on Fijian beaches. Being raised in a place with a strong work ethic gave Rachel an understanding of the importance of being resilient and adaptable. She would base her gameplay choices in the future on these qualities.